And it's 6:12. I'm calling this special Planning Commission meeting today, Thursday, November 10th, 2022. This meeting will be conjunction with pursuant to the Government Code 54953E1A in order to minimize the spread of COVID-19 virus. The Planning Commission is conducting this meeting by Zoom webinar and will be offering alternative options to the public. Okay. With that, Trish, could you call to order the meeting, please?
Call the roll call.
Yes.
Okay, certainly. Tony Correa,
Here.
David Maderas,
Here.
Jackie Morris Lopez is at
Hi,
absence.
she's excused.
Yes. And Yolanda Delgado.
Present.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
Okay, could we
I
have?
think we need to have the record show that Jackie Morris Lopez did step down due to a perceived conflict of interest that she recognized.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And she is excused, as Trish said. Pledge allegiance. Commissioner Correa, could you say the Pledge allegiance, please?
I hope I can
Okay.
remember it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the country
And
to
which
the
stands
republic
with
for which it
liberty and
stands,
justice
one
for all.
nation,
Nation, under
God,
God,
Did
Indivisible
we
with
get it
liberty and justice for all.
and justice for all.
Amen. All right, thank you.
Haven't done that in a while.
Yeah,
Bit random.
okay. The action item, we need to approve the affidavit of the posting of the agenda. Can I have someone make a motion?
So
to pass
moved.
that?
So moved.
Second,
Okay, can we have a roll call, Chris, please?
Yes. Commissioner Correa,
yes.
Commissioner Maderas,
Yes.
Chairperson Delgado.
Yes.
All members of the commission being present, the motion as stated by the maker passes 3-1 with one Commissioner Jackie Morris Lopez absent.
Okay, with that, thank you, commissioners. The public hearing item is 4A. Brian, would you like to say something about this?
Yes, I would. Before we turn it over to the applicants, just a few, I'm going to share my screen for a minute here. And let's see if I can get the staff report. There we are. Okay, so this is a use permit to allow the expansion of a non-conforming single-family residence in the industrial zoning district. And this expansion will occur through the development of an accessory dwelling unit on the property. And the applicant is Olivier Gris. Robin Alaga is here to represent the applicant and the plans. Project is exempt from CEQA. And you see here, it's a new construction or conversion of small structures with no potential. There are no exceptions that would apply. We do have a bit of a correction with respect to the staff report. As you see here in the staff report, we have a reference to minimum size requirements. And I did consider some feedback from the applicant's representative with respect to the text of our accessory dwelling unit ordinance. Based on state law, it's sort of a confusing section. If you've read it, you'll understand how this could happen. But our ordinance misconstrues what the state law actually says. And state law actually says that when we have an ordinance, we have to have a minimum requirement that's not less than a maximum requirement. I'm sorry, that's not more than the 1,200 square feet or less. So the problem is that this particular section that we say meets the minimum requirements of an efficiency unit and doesn't exceed 850 or 1,000 square feet is really a limitation on a minimum, not a requirement for maximum. And so our ordinance needs to be amended to be in line with state law. And in that regard, this particular aspect of the staff report and the condition of approval that relates to this particular requirement will need to be amended to allow actually that particular condition will have to be deleted because the applicant is proposing something that's consistent with what state law requires. The other thing about this is that, as I've indicated in the staff report, there were some amendments to the ADU law that went into effect in 2022. And instead of 16 feet, the maximum height limit under certain circumstances is now 18 feet. And this project does meet those. And so the applicant's proposal is consistent with our ordinance and also state law. The reason that we're here to consider this accessory dwelling unit is because it's a non-conforming building. I'm sorry, a non-conforming use. And so regardless of the structure itself, expansion of a residential use in the industrial district requires certain findings to be made that are consistent, that are laid out in the ordinance under the use permit standards. And what we looked at here with respect to this particular use is whether or not an accessory dwelling unit on this property would constrain development, any sort of industrial or commercial development in this particular area. And our view is that this is a sort of a de minimis application. Accessory dwelling unit is otherwise allowed with a residential use in residential districts, and there are there's plenty of room on this site. As the applicant's representative will go over the site plan, the elevations, and so forth that make that clear. So that's our recommendation, is that the Planning Commission approve. You can see the front, side, and rear setbacks are very generous. Anything that's proposed in the industrial zoning district or planned in that district will have plenty of opportunity to buffer this residential use. So we're suggesting that this expansion would not create conflicts greater than anticipated with current residential land use. If that were the case, we would not recommend approval. We would recommend denial of the use permit on that basis. So that concludes the staff report. And I know the applicant's representative is here to review the plans,
Okay.
which I can also put on the screen if you like.
Could you put on the screen, Brian, please? Thank you. And who will be presenting?
I'm Robin Alliga. I'm the designer, Robin.
Okay.
And I think the owner is also attending this. So we are proposing a 3-bedroom, 1,200 square foot ADU. And I don't know if you've seen the house, but the house has a multitude of siding choices. So we went with the siding most likely when they do improvements to the existing house. They've decided to go with the siding that will match the ADU. I mean, and we're matching the color of the house, and we're trying to match the style of the house as far as the front covered porch, the pitch of the roof, the color of the roofing, and the color of the house. There are some photos included in your packet of the existing house so that you can see. I mean, the elevations that I drew are not perspectives, but they give you an idea that it's somewhat similar to the existing house. I did pitch the front entry porch a little bit just to, make it more pleasing, I think. And when they do a remodel on the existing house, it's pretty much going to keep the same character, so that they'll look cohesive, like they belong together. And don't know if you have any questions for me.
Okay, Commissioner Korea, do you have any questions or concerns?
No, as long as we're going to revise that ordinance so it's compliant with state law.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely, we have to.
Commissioner Maderos, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns?
Not at this time. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, not at this time. It sounds pretty clear as far as the information that was given. I understand there's going to have to be some changes because we do not match with the state as far as the recommendation for its size and what have you. I understand that, so that has to be included as far as the permit goes. Other than that, I'm okay with the fact that it's going to match the existing buildings.
Okay,
So I'm good.
good,
So
thank
far.
you.
But I'd like to see if this is a public invited, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
and I was gonna bring us back around so that we're all on page that I'm okay with, well,
Yeah. so
I'm
far,
okay with,
I'm on board. I'm ready to go.
okay. So with that, do we have any public comments, Brian or Trish?
We do have one hand raised, Irvin Begley.
Okay. Trish, can you allow him to speak? Trish?
Go ahead, Irvin. Irvin, you're okay to go. I see he's unmuted. Hey, Irvin, did you have a comment? You're having trouble hearing Irvin.
Brian, can you give him an instant messenger to him and say, do you have a question? Because we had a problem with him in last meeting as well with connecting with him.
I don't know how to do that, actually. I don't know how to send Irvin Begley a message.
Huh. Trish, can you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I can't get my face back on the screen. Sorry.
You're
No,
on.
I don't think I've ever been able to communicate with them other than, like I said, allowing them to speak and unmuting them. Those are kind of my options.
Is there anyone else with their hand raised, Trish?
No, there is not.
Okay. Well, we're in a dilemma here. Did anybody send any emails or letters to the city?
Yes,
No.
we do have one communication from the applicant, and I will go ahead and share that at
Okay.
this point. This is an email thread between staff and the applicant's representative, Dan DeVries, regarding this code conflict that we mentioned before. And in the material distributed to the Planning Commission for this item, you'll see the rationale here in this email response back to Mr. DeVries, explaining what the current ordinance says and how that relates to what state law does say. And so you see here, state law, this provision of state law requires when we have an ordinance, the total floor area for a detached accessory dwelling unit shall not exceed 1,200 square feet. So, you know, I basically agreed with Mr. DeBreeze that this our section does misinterpret state law. That's the only communication that I've received regarding this project.
All
Thank
right.
you for that.
I see Mr. Fegley is on our panelists now.
Okay,
What?
can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
good.
I'm here with Cara Vonk, who actually has a question. We're on my computer. So I'm going to turn it over to Cara. Take it away, Cara.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to say that this is in an industrial zone, and I would much rather see a residence being built on that property rather than some big industrial complex. So, you know, I think it's really great that we're getting a house. I guess that was, I was a little confused about, I guess 1,200 square feet is okay under the state statute. And I did have a question. It's a very large parcel. Is it possible to, in the future, subdivide that and then have 2 homes in that area? That was my question, because it's you know, it's a big piece of property, and it's a fairly large house, 3-bedroom, 2 I forgot how many bathrooms, but you know, anyway, that's my question. Thank you. I'm glad we were able to connect.
Thank you. Would the owners of the property or the person representing them like to speak on that? Or they don't know if they're going to do that in the future?
I don't know if they're going to do that in the future. I know that Governor Newsom is kind of talking, and I haven't studied up on it, but they are talking about allowing everybody to split their parcels up, do 2 or 3 ADUs on the larger lots. So I don't know if that's been approved yet or not. And I don't know if Olivier is going to, you know, has plans in the future of splitting it. I don't know what the city ordinances are with that.
Yeah, maybe I can help a little bit. The minimum lot size in the industrial district is 10,000 square feet. I think we would, if we're talking about a residential subdivision in that particular area, we would have to take a close look at whether a subdivision would be consistent with the intent of the industrial district to have an increase in the density or of residential land uses in the same area where we're contemplating, or at least planning now, you know, with our general plan and zoning ordinance to have industrial uses. Although there are some people that like to see residential land uses predominant in some areas, or rural scale residential land uses, for example, as an alternative to commercial or industrial development. That's the state of our current planning. So we would have to take a careful look at that. It would be a conflict with an increase in density of that sort would be in conflict with, you know, I think the intent of the general plan with respect to industrial land uses in the area.
Okay.
We do have another public comment.
Okay.
Okay, Ollie, let's see, let you in.
It's Olivier. It's the landowner.
Okay, thank
Hi.
you. Ollie, thought it was Ollie.
Hi.
Go ahead.
That whole corner block has already been subdivided several years ago, and the piece in question here is 1.1 acres. Not that entire parcel you see there, the whole corner block of Mission Vineyard. It's 3 separate pieces plus my 1.1 acre, which is separate ownership. I own and live on the 1.1 acre.
I think they were asking if you could, if you were planning on subdividing your 1 acre.
Understood. I'm not currently, no.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, any more public comments? Trish?
No, there are no other hands raised at this
Um,
time, Chairperson.
Okay, so we're gonna close public comment. And Commissioner Korea, do you have anything to rebuttal on what you heard, or you're good?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, Commissioner Maderos, are you wanting to mention anything else?
No, just a little disappointed we couldn't get with Irvin. As far as the public comments go, but
We did.
I'm good to go too.
No, we did get Irving. He
did?
was on,
Oh.
yes, he was on his computer and Cara Vonk spoke on his computer.
Oh,
so we-
okay, so that's it. So we're cool. Okay,
Oh, good, good,
I'm
thank
happy
you.
now.
Okay, you're happy, okay. I was excited to hear about this, more ADUs, more of the our sphere of influence. I love it. I don't have a problem with it. We've converted land from commercial to mixed use, and I just love it. I didn't know that it was Jackie's son-in-law until she recused herself when I asked Brian why was she abstaining from it, and he told me. So with that, let's just get the right verbiage and let them move forward.
And so
So-
I would like to make sure the commission understands that the resolution, Exhibit A, we're talking about the resolution referencing amendment to Exhibit A that would delete condition number 1.
Brian, I see the resolution, and then the Exhibit A, we'd have to mention that whoever makes a motion to pass this.
Correct.
Okay,
So why don't you do that, Yolanda?
oh, I'll make a motion to pass this resolution of the Planning Commission of the City of San Juan Bautista approving a permit to allow expansion of non-conforming single-family residence in the I industrial zoning district via an accessory dwelling unit ADU on the property located at 830 Mission Vineyard Road, APN 002-550-019, and then it says Gris. And then we have to also include the new Exhibit A, the conditional of approval at 830 Mission Vineyard Road. And is that all I need to do? I have to read it all, or we're good?
No, you don't need to, just as long as the record shows that that Exhibit A eliminates condition number 1.
Okay. Exhibit A eliminates number 1?
Condition number 1, yeah.
Condition number 1, okay? Do I have a second on that?
Second,
Trish, can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Commissioner Korea,
yes.
Commissioner Maderas,
Yes,
Chairperson Delgado,
Yes.
all members of the commission being present, the motion is stated by the maker passes 3-1 with Commissioner Morris Lopez absent.
Thank you. And with that, I think we're done, right?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes, I think so. The information items on the agenda.
There is
were
not any.
discussed- Were
don't
discussed
have-
were discussed at the previous planning commission meeting. And
Yeah.
so I think that, those, sort of, it's moot on those information items.
Yeah. So we just, okay. With that, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a
Motion.
motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Okay. A second?
Second,
Okay. With that, Trish, can you make a roll call?
Yes, Commissioner Korea,
yes.
Commissioner Maderas,
Yes.
Chairperson Delgado,
Yes, and we are adjourned. Thank you all for attending tonight on the special meeting. Have a good
Hi,
night.
and bye.
Thank you so
Hi, and
much.
bye, Tony.
Thank you.
thank
Good
you.
to see you again, Tony.
Okay,
Bye.
ciao.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night,
night,
everybody.
Brian.